you for extraordinary efforts in that Teleblitz night. I think a lot of people messaged me or messaged someone else, and they got forwarded to me saying that it might have been their favorite night since joining the company. How cool is that? So we figured if being interactive across the whole organization was that fun, why not try it again in our all-star sales call today? So we're daring the impossible. We think that as the call goes on, we might have as many as 100 lines filled up. Right now, it looks like we're around 50. We anticipate that might represent 100, maybe 150 people that are on the phone right now, and we are not following any script. We're actually going to open up the lines at different parts through this call and invite you to ask questions, share best practices. Hey, why are we doing it this way? We're actually legitimately making it look and feel like a team, because that's in fact what it is. So we're going to let you share your ideas, your inspiration, your stories, ask questions, and we hang up. We hope that we've got momentum like crazy to go hit this Cancun 500 goal. I just clicked over to the portal, and does anyone know how many sales we're at right now? I'm looking right at it. Anybody know?
426.
Oh, mine hasn't updated. I'm at 425. Let me refresh.
Yeah, I've got 425 too.
I have 425.
425. That means someone is about to submit one. I was thinking of this earlier. For as many Rockstar T-shirts as we've given out, we believe every time that we give one of those Rockstar T-shirts out that it is being... There it is!
There's the other one.
Hey, every time we give away a Rockstar T-shirt, another one. We're pretty good about only giving them to rock stars. And I thought this. Every rock star on our team sold one house. One. We'd be done. We'd do it. So I'm calling all rock stars. Calling on all rock stars to give us just one more. We just need one more from you. Some of you have already given so many. And the way that we start all of our calls, I want to start it this way this week. And I do want to ask, if you're not speaking, put it on mute. That will help everyone else's listening experience. So find your mute button. It's spelled M-U-T-E. Push it and leave it on there until you have you intend to speak to our national audience, and then you will be welcome to. But let's limit the background noise and only unmute when it's on purpose. Let's start by recognizing our top performers from April. Very excited about this. I'm always excited to say this list, and we'll start with those names of people who are top net sales. And I don't think many of these names will surprise us all at all. Coming in top in the first two places, a tie with 12 net sales in April. We have Mike Bell and Brian Pollinger. Congratulations to both of you. Woo! And right behind them, we have four more people we want to recognize. Two of them with 9 sales, and 2 of them with 8. And again, this is in the month of April after posting a massive March. So these numbers are all the more impressive. The other 4 people we want to recognize as top net sales are Preston Hoke, Tyler Eberhardt, Justine Jackson, and Tiffany Newer. Congratulations.
Woo! Yeah!
Yeah. I love seeing those familiar names, and I welcome any of you who would be new to the list. I'd love to call out new names, too, so you keep competing. Such a high honor on a team this large doing so many good things to ever be singled out for top performance like that is something that we should all aspire to achieve. Next, we have 3 people who were the top in sales volume. And we're an organization that tries to recognize both net sales and sales volume. You know that they're not always the same. If someone's selling $1 million homes and they get 3 of them, they might get into this list even though someone else sold 10. So we like to always differentiate between the two. In this particular month, the names are the same, 3 of the names that we shared in the last list. So net sales volume in the lead is Mike Bell with $3.73 million. And we have Brian Pollinger at $3.5 million and Tiffany at $3.65 million. Congratulations to all 3 of you. That's big stuff. A tiny bit of housekeeping for everyone who's on the call, and I just want to say this. I put something on the portal about going on Glassdoor, and we've had tremendous response. I want to say to the whole group that we never want to be guilty of manipulating that score, but we always want to get credit for the good thing that we have going here. We know it has a whole lot to do with who comes and joins us. So I ask everyone to consider doing that. We had a great amount of response, and I encourage everyone to be honest, and I hope that honest is good. And then if you're someone sitting out there that couldn't give New Home Star the highest rating, I invited you to reach out to Taylor or to Mike Scott or myself and let us work on it with you. We have that commitment. We're in this great pursuit of this huge, big prize of Cancun 500, and at the same time, we're still in the pursuit of adding new people almost every day for our continued growth. And so this is a big part of it. We think most of our applicants check us out there first. All right, next thing on the portal real fast. I Photoshop. Everybody see that?
Actually, I have a John right here and a motorcycle at his home, and then I think he has a broken motor in his office.
Chris or someone at corporate, do we have the opportunity to
we muted her.
mute people?
Yep, we muted them.
Thank you. I Photoshopped our victory. Woo! I Photoshopped our victory, team. Did you see that on the portal?
That's great.
According to this, 7 hours ago, we did it. We hit 500. Yeah. Does anybody else like to visualize winning? Does that help you to get there? Does it get you there better if you visualize it and experience the emotion? Anybody else do that?
Well, Dave, I told you I already bought 5 bathing suits.
I struggled mightily in high school with free throws. I had my junior year was really rough, and they had some sports coach come and work with me and tried to teach me how to shoot free throws, and he taught me this idea of visualizing the ball going into the net. And while it never worked in basketball, it did teach me this idea in other parts of life. And so if you're like me and you can be motivated that way, I just would encourage you to visualize what it will feel like maybe when we get that 500th sale, or what's even more powerful to me is to visualize what it would be like to stand in the back of the room when our entire organization is gathered together, taking these relationships that have been built virtually and turning them into real personal relationships and celebrating all that we're accomplishing together. That should really help to motivate us through this final chapter, this big push, these so important final days in hitting Cancun 500. Okay, and that brings us to what we intend to do now, Dean. we intend to open this call up. And let me tell you, you don't want to hang up. We have an awesome video at the end that the marketing team has put together, and you're going to want to see it. It's going to be a pretty special ending. But in between now and the end, we want to open up the conversation, talk about a few different things. We want to share. We'll start off by sharing best practices, ideas, tactics that are working for you, inspiration. We're certainly expecting that our leadership that gets on the phone every Friday undoubtedly have the desire to speak up and share something. But what we hope for most is that some of you who have just sold a home in the past 24, 48 hours, or some of you that are in our top 10 leader list, some of you have fought for 20 days and finally just got your first sale. You've got tips, you've got ideas, and I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to undoubtedly trip over each other more than a few times in what we're trying to do here. But we're asking you to speak up and share something that is a tip or an inspiration or a tactic, and introduce yourself. Hi, this is Dave from Chicago, and say it, and don't speak up until you know you can say it succinctly. We're going to have a lot of people taking a lot of turns, so we want to be concise. But we'll do that, and then right after tips, we'll take some time for questions. And when you have a question on maybe how to get this next sale or how to think about this next thing, one of the people on this call will voluntarily jump up and speak to it for you, and then we'll have this video at the end, okay? So this is our idea. We're just going to kind of open the floor now. It's going to be mayhem for a minute. We're salespeople, so we're okay with that. We kind of think that's fun. And just share what you've got for us. Inspire us, instruct us, coach us, as we all are thinking about how to get this last sale. Gosh, if just a fraction of the people on our team got one sale, Cancun is in the bag. So what can you share to help us get that one last sale?
I'll go first. It's Preston Hoke from Challenger Homes. How is everyone?
Good.
Springs, good. So one thing we did here during our sales meeting, we all got together and figured out kind of best practices to reach out to one of our, at least get. So what I did, I went to our contract administrator who follows all of our top realtors and keeps track of how many realtors do however many XYZ deals throughout the year. So we just recently rolled out a new realtor bonus program too, where the realtors get a lot more money now than what they did even last year. So I got a list of our top realtors who did their first one qualifying sale and emailed them out the top, the realtor bonus program that we got rolling out this year. And actually drove a lot of traffic, got a lot of people in here, especially with the snow that we have out here. A lot of realtors still bring their people out even though it's still snowing. So that's one thing that me and Audrey did out here in Dublin Terrace. So
Thanks for that, Preston.
Hi, this is Arthur Takeall in Houston.
Woo! Empire team, what?
And Erica and also Alicia.
Hey.
I just wanted to say, believe that we can actually sell a house. It starts in the mind first, and if you believe you're going to sell a house, you're going to sell a house. It's going to manifest. You just got to really believe it and don't have any doubt in your mind that it's going to happen, and it will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Susan from Hayden Homes, Inland Northwest, and my tip is if the teleblitz showed us something, it showed us that we need to get back to basics. We need to be watching that follow-up video from Orrin. We need to be doing our 4 touches a month. And if we can't get the sale the first time, we need to have a reason to follow up with the customer. So that just become very apparent. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Are we really, truly doing our follow-up consistently? So that's my tip.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susan.
Hi, team. This is Carol in Georgia. I know everyone focused on calling their BNC process, and we've called all of our key realtors. So if you've made all of those calls, how about calling your past buyers? See if they know anyone who is looking to buy a home.
I'll tag on to Carol. This is Sandy Rogers in Oregon for Hayden Homes. In particular, our Hayden Homes team has a new friends and family referral program, and it's even better than before. So in addition to calling those buyers to see if they know anyone, make sure and leverage the new program that we have and really make it sound exciting and build urgency.
This is Dave Pierce from Colorado, guys. If you've got a team and we did all these calls for our teleblitz and got all these great appointments, if you have any customers who do not qualify in your neighborhood, but you have a peer that has a price point that can actually fit that customer, utilize each other's prospects and help each other out by, is this the right neighborhood for my customer, my prospect? If it's not, give it to another person. It's reciprocal. Help each other out. One more sale makes a difference.
Hey everyone, this is Nate from Melbourne, Florida. I'm sitting here, actually standing here right next to Ariana White, who for any of you that are on the portal right now will see she just jumped into the top 10 for our Cancun contest. Holding in my hands 5 contracts that she's written over the last 3 days. And I feel it's appropriate for her to share a tip for us on how do you sell 5 homes, Ariana, in 3 days.
So I know for me when when they first came out with the saying, you know, don't rush the decision, but rush to action, I was a little hesitant to use that phrase on any of my potential buyers. I'm not really sure why, but it just gave me a little anxiety to kind of like push that on them. But I found that I used it on 3 of the buyers that I am currently turning in their contracts for in the past 2 days, and obviously it has worked to my advantage. So I'm not really sure why I was scared of it before, but I'm definitely not scared of it now.
Yeah.
Get it.
This is Dave, and this is a season when we're this close down to the wire where I changed from kind of hunting with a shotgun to hunting with a rifle. And for me, that would mean putting my top 3 or 4 prospects on a note card, me 3.5, 3 by 5, whatever that is, and I'd have their names on there, and I would think about them every day. I'd just be looking at those names, thinking about their hot button, the home site, and it kind of comes down to not needing to sell 10 houses, needing to sell 1, and I would have an intense focus on my top prospects. I'm a lot more interested in converting the ones who I know are close at this point than I am going out and trying to start a whole new thing. And if I need 1, I think I already have that 1 working. How do I focus and convert that 1?
Hi, everybody. It's Jeff out in the Pacific Northwest. Here's my tip. A lot of us had many great appointments over this weekend from our teleblitz. It was phenomenal. Almost 500 appointments, but not every single one of those appointments necessarily went exactly the way we wanted it to, ending in our prospect signing a purchase agreement. So follow back up with those folks. Maybe you followed up, maybe you haven't. It's been a week now. They've been thinking about it. They're second guessing their decision to say no. Now's the time for you to pounce and lead them down the most favorable thought process, get them back in your office, and again, attack those objections, overcome them, and get them on paper. Make it happen.
Jeff, this is Nate out in Greenville, and I just wanted to jump in on there because one of the things I think is key right now is there's some really good strategies coming along, but somewhere out there is someone saying, I've already tried that, I've already tried that. Just remember that, yes, most of the time we want to be smart and do what will probably work and use the best, most effective tools we have, but sometimes it comes down to just keep moving and hope for that it's possible. Hope that something can get done. Hope that you find it one way or another. Maybe it's at the grocery store. Maybe it's somewhere else. So be wearing your name tags out and about, and don't give up. Keep moving. Keep making those calls. Keep going back to cancellations or people you've left a lot of voicemails with. There is always a way. So focus on the possibility if you've exhausted all of the probabilities.
This is Heather Hayner in Jacksonville, Florida, and my tip is to think out of the box. Come up with any possible thing that you can think of that's going to make it work for the buyer, and go to your director and see if you can make it happen. Just think out of the box.
Speaking of going to your director or your builder, this is Dave again, and I would say that we should all be sharp on the sharp angle close. If I could, would you? And know how to use that. If I could, would you be ready to move forward today?
Hey, this is Barbara Griffiths out here in Georgia. My tip is, if you have not already utilized it, you definitely need to utilize the marketing tools we have at New Home Star. They are phenomenal. I did 2 last month, great return on those, and they're brilliant marketing strategists over there.
Hey, this is
Jeff
Russ
Arrow
with,
from...
Go ahead.
This is Jeff Arrow from Colorado Springs. One of the most brilliant things I've seen and started doing is assume the sale. Everybody that walks through the door, you naturally assume they are there to buy a house from you. So it is all about you helping them realize now is the right time.
That's great advice. Thanks. Hey, this is Russ with Hayden Homes in the Inland Northwest. I just wanted to say right now with this Cancun as a motivator, it is so easy not to give up. And no matter how many times you don't quite get what you're looking for, like Susan said, just get another reason to follow up with them, keep trying, and never give up.
Thank you, Russ. And I would say that as motivated as we are with Cancun, let's also remember pressure reduction techniques. We're pretty intense right now. Our customers will feel it. Sometimes it has an adverse effect on the sale. So at least put down your pen, gesture with an open hand, smile, and use the customer's name as you're leaning back and clearing your desk. Do those things so that even while you are as intense as we all are, your customer doesn't feel overwhelming pressure.
This is Eric in Southwest Florida, South Tampa. Just want to make sure everyone is not forgetting to ask for the referral. We've had some really great success with our teleblitz and with the sales that we're driving in. Well, let's try to double down. Let's make sure that these folks are knowing that they have a chance to pick their neighbors. And if you're selling scattered, the pick your neighbor events work amazing. We've done it a couple times down here. We're doing it now, and we're seeing some extra traffic coming in.
We'll take time for 2 more tips, and then the video screen tells us it's time to share a little inspiration. So 2 last tips, please.
Hey team, this is Dan in Boise. My tip is to work with your construction partners or your project managers. Take a really hard look at your community and your model home. Make sure everything is spick and span in tip-top shape. No construction debris. You got refreshments and snacks and coffee and scented candles all in the model home ready to go. You want to make sure everyone that comes in this weekend, whether a new prospect or someone for an appointment, feels like they are in the right place at the right time.
And this is Arthur here in Houston. I would also just encourage everybody to also don't forget to talk to your lender. A lot of times your lender is working people and have people that are looking for homes in your price point, and they'll be really quick to steer them in your direction. So don't be afraid to use them to help somebody that either you've already been working with and is now ready to buy, or possibly a prospect that could walk in the door and is ready here and now that you've never met.
Thanks, everyone, for sharing. It's awesome. I'm going to add on to Dan's and say that as the last tip I'll share, have 2 or 3 homes identified with your construction team today. Just 2 or 3. Even if you have 10 specs, which none of us do right now, or even if you have all sorts of sites, 2 or 3 things that you think you'll have the opportunity to sell this weekend, go to them and say, please have these 3 things. Have these in the best position. Have these in the best condition that you can have them for me. Just 3. Not a list of 5, not a list of 10. Builder partner, I have to sell a home this weekend. I've got a bunch of prospects working. I think these are the 3, whether it's an empty site or it's a finished spec, I think these are the 3 things that are most likely to sell. Can you partner with me to have them ready? As ready as they've ever been. Okay, we move on to inspiration. I will admit, I'm excited to hear a few of these. I will admit that I would be equally excited if we were going to, let me pick on a state where we're not represented today, if we were going to Kansas, Oklahoma, Alaska, I would be just as excited for this national sales rally as I am for Cancun. I think all of you would like Cancun better. My inspiration is for the first time since the inception of this company, having the entire team together will be an amazing dream come true. That's my inspiration. What's yours? I know you're inspired out there. Tell us why.
Tasha Palmer here with
This
the
is
Inland
Heather down in
Northwest.
Jacksonville, Florida
You know,
again.
I'm
My
pretty new, but
inspiration is
I'm not personally.
this is giving me inspiration, or my inspiration is to get in shape. So if we're going to Cancun, I got to get in shape.
Hi, Natasha here with Hayden Homes in the Inland Northwest. I'm not personally selling yet, but the inspiration that you see in this entire team coming together is huge, and I think it's awesome to be a part of it, coming into it new.
Jeff Errol in Colorado. My inspiration right now is the foot of snow sitting outside my door.
So true.
What else? What else?
Hi, everyone. This is Nate down in Melbourne, Florida. My inspiration is getting to this goal means that we set a precedent for our company to take a sales retreat every year after that. And so my inspiration is for future generations of new home star rock stars to be able to have this opportunity that we have today.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. This is Greg Washington from Boise, Idaho, currently where I'm residing. I'm from the East Coast, so being away from my family and stuff has been kind of hard, but having this family atmosphere, not only with Hayden Homes, Idaho, but with New Home Star, the it's awesome. It's a blessing, and being thankful every day is one of the things that I look for, and I instill in my kids. So I really appreciate all you guys' hard work, and I'm learning from you guys. And keep up the good work.
It's Menzel. Are you kidding me? I'm looking forward to hundreds of sales pros running around in bathing suits, being crazy, learning a ton of stuff from each other. I can't wait. Get those sales. We got to go to Cancun. Cancun, baby.
Oh, man. Menzel's going to get himself fired on this trip. Love you, Jeff Menzel. I can't wait to cause trouble with you, brother. That is
hey, this
wait.
is Sandy in Medford, Oregon again. Menzel's excitement inspires me. And the sheer excitement of the thought of accomplishing something that we've never accomplished before, which is to make the 500 sales. How great would that feel? And there is a quote that I want to share that's always inspired me, and it's by Henry Ford, who said, "Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right." So mindset is great.
This is Dave Pierce in Colorado. Guys, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure every single person on this call can say this exact same thing. And I've said it on our director's call, but this company has fundamentally and 100% changed my life. It is not only financially rewarding, but to work for an organization from the top down, starting with Dave Rice, that cares more about us than he cares about himself, invests in us before he invests in himself, and does everything to help us achieve greatness and be better people every single day. My inspiration, Rice wants to give us the opportunity to be in Cancun 500. He's putting the money back into us that most owners have put in their own pocket. My inspiration is to make Dave Rice's dream come true and celebrate with an unbelievable team in Cancun.
Here, here.
Wow, kind of hard to go on top of that, Mr. Pierce. But this is Keith McKinney. I'm in Bend, Oregon today. I've been here for the past couple of days. And I'm going to say my inspiration for Cancun 500 is all of you. I'm in a unique position to where I get to go see all of you in all of your divisions, and knowing how hard and how tirelessly you guys are working. I'm going to go on a limb here and speak on behalf of the entire corporate support team up in Chicago and everywhere. All of you guys that are on this call and out there day to day, you are our inspiration. And for the work you do, this Cancun 500, and for all of you to be in one place at one time as one family, and all of us together as one voice and one force, that's inspiration for me. I get a lot of questions about, hey man, your schedule must be crazy. Dave Rice's schedule must be crazy. All you guys are working so hard. The schedule must be crazy. It's because all of you inspire everything that we are and what this company does. So I'm just going to say I'm inspired by all of you, and I can't wait to see each and every single one of you all at one time in Cancun.
Yeah!
This is Chris Convery in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And my inspiration after over 30 years in this industry is to see all the young people that are thriving, paying off student loans, buying new cars, buying homes, fulfilling the dream of home ownership for their customers, as well as enhancing their lives. The training is unparalleled in the industry on the portal. My only sad note is that I was doing this 32 years before I found New Home Star, and I encourage all of you to take full advantage of everything that New Home Star and the portal has to offer. and let's get to Cancun.
From our top sales guy in the company, you got to listen to that one. These are great. We'll take time for a few more.
This is Nate again in Greenville. I have to say that my inspiration has been and will continue to be the corporate support team. Those guys have been phenomenal, and I am really excited to get this done for them.
Right on, because when we go to Cancun, they all go to Cancun.
This is Preston. This is Preston out in Colorado Springs. One thing, this is kind of off the scale a little bit. One thing that's really going to inspire me is doing some possible live training out there in Cancun. The videos, speak for themselves on the portal, but once you get, face to face with even the best role players from each division or the best division experts from the out east, south, north, wherever it may be, that would be super cool to me to just, not train only within your division and on the portal and watching videos, but also to do some like live training, live role playing, live commitments, things like that in Cancun. I know it'll also be a fun trip, but you always got to be willing to perfect your craft and sharpen your blade, no matter if it's a work trip. So that's one thing that would inspire me truly.
Says the guy who's leading the entire organization in net sales for the contest, continue to get better. That's the spirit right there, dude. That's the spirit that will get us there.
This is Carol in Atlanta. I am inspired by all of you on the portal. Ronald Reagan said, you can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. And all of you who get on the portal with your heart wide open to help someone inspire me.
Got time for Mike in Phoenix?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Hey, 2 years ago, guys, I was teaching school, barely getting by. When I got on with New Homestar, my wife and I were starting to realize our dreams of being debt-free. This job, this opportunity has completely changed our lives. We're able to support our kid. We're able to live comfortably, but most importantly, this is the most support I've ever had. 11 years in education, and not once did my principal or anybody at the district office ever call and say, good job, bud. It was, what can you do and how much more can you handle? Here, I get phone calls from people at corporate. I get time on the portal with people out of market, and it is just amazing. We really, really feel the support. I know my family feels loved. So let's continue to work on this goal, and let's get there, guys.
Right on.
That was a great story.
Amen.
It's not too late to contribute. Anyone else?
Hey, let's go to Cancun.
Woohoo! All right. Well, for all the rest of you who manage more than one tab on your browser at the same time and have New Home Connect open, you know that we are now to 431 sales. I feel like if we just keep this call going for a few more hours, we can hit 500 and celebrate live. I got to tell you, the next part and the last part of the call that we're going to do right now is a video. If you've lost anyone in the office where you are, now's a good time to go and snag them. They're going to be they're going to want to watch this one. When we think about the inspiration of Cancun 500 and how it inspires me, I'm going to say that it could be really anywhere, any corner of the earth, and as long as all you are there, it'd be as special as what I'm envisioning. You've all said it in so many different ways, but there's going to be something powerful, ultra powerful, putting us all in the same place. Putting us all in the same place. If we had no agenda at all, and we had that foot of snow that they have in Colorado Springs, we were all in the same place, I've experienced it, not the way we're going to experience it, but I can speak with conviction that it's going to move our organization light years ahead, like literally that fast. Us all getting together is going to be that powerful. And all that we have to do to make that happen is get the rest of these sales. And I've been asked by a bunch of people, Dave, what happens if we don't? And I haven't developed a contingency plan. There is no, we came in at 496, let's do it anyway. That's not happening. Our only option is to succeed. And the only way we succeed is if the people on this call, right? I mean, probably just by nature of you being on this call, you're one of the people who's leaning in. You're one of the people who is really going to contribute to us becoming the best. So with this video, seeing memories that had Dave Pierce and our corporate support. You're seeing things that have led the way. We sponsored that event with Ty Pennington where we built a house for someone, and you can see us all in the cold there. That was the family we provided a house for early on in New Home Stars years. We spoke at so many different things to try to share our story, and so many of you volunteered, Allison, to help us. Long days in Vegas trying to find the next right client, celebrating births of our new team members, developing things like Mensa. Keith McKinney, I love that pose, brother. Having fun, working hard, building a culture. Good, right? Like what we've done so far is good. And when you see the teamwork in these pictures, you also see the hard work. You see the celebration. I love to think that the smiles that we see on some of these faces, hopefully on all of them, are real. We're not mustering up a smile for the camera. And that day we were really, we were having fun, yeah? And when we read the Glassdoor reviews, and we read the sales agent engagement reviews, tell us that what we're doing is right. I'm looking at so many people who have been promoted from within here. Some of us have even gotten gray hairs in these pictures. And so this represents a big part of our lives, and that we something that we give a lot of ourselves to. And for Cancun 500, it's going to come down to the wire. It's going to come down to the wire. These pictures are awesome. And we'll have this giant defining moment in our company's development where we either won in the first ever national sales goal that we ever rolled out. We either have won or we won't. And as huge as that victory will be, and that moment will be defining us, I know that it all happens right now in the quiet of your own office. I know that, and you know that too. You either hang up this call and have a commitment and a focus and intensity, guarantees that you make your contribution. And if you do, we win. And if you don't, we don't. As big as this thing is, and as strong a team as we have, we'll never, ever get there. There's just no chance we'll ever get there without your individual contribution. That's all that we are. We're a group made up of a bunch of individuals striving together for excellence and holding ourselves accountable for results. Yeah. For all the fun that we see in these pictures, we'll be able to top it all in just one 3-day event. We'll be able to put this many more memories on the books.
Should I turn this down? Yes, there we go. So there's so many photos. This is Chris Laskowski out of the corporate office. I've been here with New Home Star for so long. Actually, from the very beginning of this slideshow, a lot of the photos that we first had show the small office, small, humble beginnings. And we've grown so much. I mean, every single new photo that you see, it grows and grows, and we get stronger as a team. And I absolutely love the format of this call. I don't think there's a more fitting way to have this all-star sales call for Cancun 500. The theme of it is the togetherness and coming and making this happen as a team, and being able to interact. I think this is a great idea for us to do that. And so many great ideas through the call. We're 15, just 15 from being off on pace for Cancun 500. We've had a gap. I think it was at 1.70, and this all brought us together. So very thankful for this moment. I think this has been an amazing experience, and I'm looking forward for Monday when we absolutely going to crush this 500 goal. This is New Home Star, and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna go to Cancun.
Yeah, team. Let's take this momentum, this inspiration, these tips, and take them to the one place that we all know best, and that's straight into the portal. I'd ask if you have any extra capacity at the end of this year that you jump over into the portal and share your own inspiration again, or your own tip. I'd love to see this portal as filled with activity and as alive as it's ever been. In these final days, wake up early and turn on the portal, and stay up late and turn on the portal. And don't let anyone on our team ever think for a moment on there that the efforts they're making and the sales that they're getting aren't fully supported and appreciated by a national team. This is the time we're going out, we're getting after it individually, but we're winning it collectively. So let's let that be as real as ever inside the portal as we go to Cancun 500, that we're all combined, synergistic, and in the end celebrating it all at once. That's it, team. Thanks, everybody. Go make it happen. Everybody get one, and we're going to be in Cancun.